Yo, so, welcome. I'm here like 2 days after Thirst Guitar Show. Just thanks to everyone that was there. It was so awesome. There was so many like folk that just came over, chatted and bought guitars, chatted everything, cigar box guitar, and I think it was like the first time that I've had folk really sort of come and give their sort of input and take on my guitars. And honestly, like, if you've got enough time to take out your day to come and just talk to me about like what you like and what you'd maybe copy or what you'd do differently, it means a lot, man. So just thanks. But that's not what this is about. So I was asked about, I think it's about a month ago now, to make some cigar box guitars to go in an actual guitar shop, which I still can't quite believe. But yeah, so a big shout out to East Durham Guitars. Everyone I've spoke to there has been amazing. They've got such a wicked range of 6-string guitars. Like, it kind of pulls me in from like 3 strings. I'm like, oh man, like some of them look pretty cool. But yeah, so anyway, they got in touch and asked, like, how do you feel about stocking, if we could stock some of your guitars? And I was like, hell yeah. So this is one of them. This is probably one of my favourite ones. I'm not going to do like an in-depth sort of review. You're going to have to go into the shop to try them out yourself. All varying bits, but like this one's got a custom brass tailpiece there that I made out of a bit of brass. Fretwire bridges. This has got one of them MGB flat pickups. Pretty nice, pretty well-rounded pickup, as you heard before. Screened sound hole covers. Yeah, that's one. Number 2, they're not in any specific order. It's just like, this is just 2. Yeah, I love these boxes, man. All the necks are hand carved in each one. I don't faff on with machinery of any sort. Find it too therapeutic to make them by hand now. In terms of like general specs for all of them, Sapele and walnut for the fretboard and neck. This has got a Bobster flat humbucker in it. And I'm telling you, man, there is not a better surface mounted humbucker on the market. Like, I'm not just saying it. But yeah, that's hidden underneath. But I love the acoustics of these boxes, man. But yes, it's got one of them humbuckers underneath. You've heard them before. You've seen like another build like that with these on. Yeah, these are wicked though. There'll be no like format to this video. I'm just literally gonna chat, play, and chill. I don't know how the bloke does it, but honestly, how many pickups down in South Cumbria, Barra, I believe, and yeah, he knows what he's doing, man. And these just absolutely rip. Absolutely rip. Let's try hold on, where they sort of truly shine, if that's a proper word. Oh. Proper chunky wide sound to me. fat sound to them. I really like them, man. Yeah, so that's got this is one flat humbucker in it underneath. You got Renaissance sound holes there. And you see I sort of buff and finish it in. I like stain it a little bit. I use like a dark oak stain on these boxes just to dampen it compared to the sort of markings, like the print on it. And then finish it with beeswax and sort of buff that. And it comes out really shiny. You got like a walnut control plate as well. Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, this one. Whoop. It's another favourite, man. It's an Olivia box. All genuine cigar boxes that are sourced from all out the UK, as it happens, because it gets so hard to get a hold of them. But yeah, I hadn't seen this box before. I was like, you know what, I'm saving it for an occasion, so this seems like the most sense. Yeah, same things. Peely, heel, neck, fretboard is walnut, hand carved. You know, like I tend to like, you're not going to be getting like a machine accurate instrument, you know, like something that's come out of a factory or whatever. But trusting that you can sit down and it's well made, put together, solid. Basically, after doing 200 plus and doing this for 2 years, I'm still not there, but I'm nearly there. What am I on about? Yeah. So yeah, this is another one that's got a surface mounted humbucker. The Bobster Booker. Underneath. As you can see, I kind of offset the neck in this as well. I was going to put it in the middle, and then it was going to look really odd compared to the sort of label on the front, so... what should we do? The idea. This one, I think this one and the Romeo and Juliet box are probably my favourite ones. Not that I have a preference really when it comes to these things. But yeah, absolutely shreds. Some other like sort of useful info. So they don't have frets, right? But the action's low enough that you can still play it like a fretted instrument. Something I picked up on, I want to say it was like April or May this year. It's a Chicken Bone John video on everything you know about fretless cigar box guitars is wrong. And he was right, I was wrong. And just, you know, saying about why be limited on a fretless instrument. Like what really drew me into these things is the sort of rustic, democratic nature of like, put a stick in a box, put 3 strings across, play, which is essentially what you can do, right? And you can do it as simple or as complicated and fancy, whatever as you like. So I started lowering the action, and then in turn, through sort of playing more, realised just how much better it is. Because I think that's the thing with a lot of these sort of builds that you'll see on like eBay and Etsy particularly, where And I'm not bashing anyone that makes them, because I definitely fell in that category when I started. But you had like super high action on a fretless instrument. You can only play slide, so you're really limited on sort of what you're learning and whatever, and then you get bored of it, and you put the instrument down because it's a piece of shit basically. you know and I really don't want that for my guitars. I want folks to be able to keep them and play them, so yeah, so that's why I'm at where I'm at now with these. So you've got, like I said, low enough action that you can still pick out individual notes, and it's really good, to be honest, like because you can mix in slide as well. It's such a good mix up for being able to play. If you're wanting to learn slide, it's something that absolutely escaped me on a standard guitar when I was trying. I've had 2 guitar lessons in my life, both from a bloke that played guitar upside down in Tamworth. So read into that what you will. So I ended up sort of just reading tab and playing and teaching myself. And then just gave up after a bit. Really like doing the same 4 chords over and over and the same covers of the same songs and whatever else. It gets dead boring, man. Whereas it sort of really opened up instrumentally, musically with these things, which is what this low action does. I've gone on a long ramble about that. Did not mean to. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is these are great instruments for getting in between entering the cigar box guitar world. You're not invested in a fretted instrument, maybe where if you struggle like hitting certain chord shapes and whatnot, you can hit it with a slide. It's not going to make that horrible banging noise as you clatter the slide along all the frets. That was a really long ramble halfway through there. Apologies. Now to my other favourite one. If you notice how they're all my favourite ones, right? This El Critola. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I've given up. Yeah, really nice box this. Single coil pickup. It didn't have a cover on it. I decided that the cover was boring. Found out I had a clear bobbin, and I was like, oh, you know what, that looks alright. And it kind of, the coil going round, like the copper coil, kind of matches the box. But yeah, so this is another one that's kind of another one that, honestly, the boxes on these are really thick. It's like a really thick, what's it called? MDF? I think it's MDF. I don't know. So acoustically, it kind of doesn't really pack too much of a punch, maybe as much as the Texas Bradley one and the Red Olivia one, but magic happens when you plug them in. So for the longest time, I hated single coil. It's way too loud. I love these now. They're so good. As you can see, this is the last one to string up. So packs a punch. Let's. I think one of my favourite things with the single coils is just how you kind of get in the best of all worlds. trying to think what songs I've done. Usually I do like a short video and I do the same sort of licks over and over. So you can kind of see there, like, you know, I'm able to sort of mix in using a finger for playing like frets as well as slide, and it makes it sound a little bit different, you know. Yeah, so you get the idea. So that's like a single coil pickup in it. Guitar number 4. I've only just put the strings on, so I've kind of like left them in loops there. Again, all hand carved. They're all going to feel and look a little bit differently, so I don't stick to like a specific profile. Oh, actually, before I forget, let's put it on a clean channel. Like clean. See what this is. It's that. You get the idea. You've got, so just to round out that single coil pickup segment there, you know, you get the best of all worlds really for me. Yeah, so as I was saying with the neck, so because they're all sort of hand carved, a little bit different, they're all finished the same. Beeswax sanded to whatever 1000th of degree grit. So they're nice and smooth for playing. Again, action low enough. The action, just to come back to it, generally it's between like 1 and 3 mil, like probably just shy of 1 mil at that first fret, and you're looking at about just shy of 3 at the 12. I don't stick to any numbers, man. Like, to me it's all not a farce, but I think when it comes to these things, it's not, the magic happens through playing them, right, and sitting down and playing them, but people have got to be able to pick them up and just start shredding on them, which is where these guitars sit. Yeah, so that's that one. But there's one more. Now, it's a bit of a Marmite situation because these have fastly become my favourite thing to make at the minute. Again, it's another, I've literally just put on some new strings, so I didn't like the ones that are on them. So, as you can see, it's an oil can. I really like this shell one. You've got a steel tailpiece, rusty steel jack plate. Got these from Chicken Bone John as well. Like, really the style of these. Surface mount humbucker, it was chrome, but it's been aged. And again, Sapele and walnut. Fret and fretboard and neck. And then locking tuners. As you can maybe kind of pick up, it's got a really more resonant sound, right? Yeah. Still got the lid. You can take the lid off actually, and it kind of gives it a more sort of open sound. And you can kind of hear the growling there, so the neck goes all the way through, and it's like pulled to the top, so it's tight at the top there, as you can see. I try not to do too much sort of drilling and whatever into the actual body of it, just so it keeps its rigidity. Rigidity, that is a hard word to say. But yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. It's not going to buckle, like the tin's not buckling, you know, like, it's, you know, it's fine. Same with the jack plate. Jack plate's on this like solid core, it's not budging. It's got a proper disgusting ground to it, right? And I know it's not for everyone, but me personally, I absolutely love it. I've actually got one out of a Castrol can that I'm keeping for myself, I think. I love the warliness of it, if that's the right word. The pickup does pick up some of that sound, right? So, now, what's it? Professionals out there will be like, that's naff. Like, why would you want all them sounds? But hear me out. So, you know, you'll get a little bit of sort of handling noise, but the idea. It kind of, you can kind of hear that it's sort of, it's pretty muddy, like, I won't lie, but I just love it, man. I just love, like, with the biscuit tins as well, it's the same thing, where it's just picking up them. I just love how it kind of all blends in but doesn't. I'm trying to get around it saying like, sounds like shit, but it's like good to me. I don't know. It kind of encapsulates like what I love about these things, is it's what noise you make out of them, you know. Yeah, so that's an overdrive setting, and then you get into distortion, right? And it's just filthy, man. Like, I'm hoping I'm getting that across. Wow, this is already like a well long video for what I wanted to do, but I just thought if I sat and rambled a bit and spoke about some of them. But you get the idea. So, these 5 guitars, guitars will be at East Durham Guitars really soon. I'm hoping it'll be tomorrow after this video actually. I'm sure you'll see, but I'll be posting about them there. They'll be available in store. In terms of my favourites, we've got that oil can one. They're my favourite. They're kind of like, I feel like maybe I personally like them, but other folk maybe won't get them. I don't know. That sounds pretentious, but you know what I mean. Well, in terms of my favourite, it's definitely this and this. Like I said, man, the Bobster pickups that are in these ones, the Olivia and the Romeo and Juliet, I can't overstate it enough. Like, I love stuff that's made in the UK, and like repurposing things and that. But yeah, the Bobster pickups are something else and really lends itself well in this box. And then with this, it's that single coil all rounder that I really enjoy because you're getting a good variety. Yeah, man, I think that's it. I think this will be a really long-winded video, so apologies. Yeah, East Durham Guitars. These guitars will be at East Durham Guitars very soon, a couple of days. Yeah, I'm not really a salesperson. I just kind of play, jam and chat, which I won't be able to do obviously when they're in the shop. So, but if anyone has any questions, if you've made it this far through the video and go, oh man, like what? Just get in touch, man. And yeah, just a thanks again to everyone that we met at Thirst. I met at Thirst Show. I was flying solo at that one. Genuinely, it was like the nicest like folk around. It's so good. Like these shows are getting like better and better each time I'm going. Like people have been more sort of interactive and coming over and chatting, and I think some of that's YouTube and some of that's the Instagram stuff as well. But yeah, so thanks for listening to me waffle. Hope that's okay, and yeah, see you soon.